In this video of Deathball, I brought in one of the best Deathball competitive players ever, arguably the best one in the whole world, the GOAT, Saitto himself. In this video, he's going to do an S tier ranking of all the heroes to help you guys out so you guys can kick butt in competitive. So, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on his ranking, and let's get into this video. How's it going, Saitto? I'm recording the video right now, by the way, so you're on the spot, pal.
Got
Okay,
you.
let me share my screen real quick so you can see my screen, and then you can tell me where to rank these here. Now, I do want to preface, I wrote down in my notebook right here, basically, when it comes to ranking these heroes on the S tier to the trash, we want to rank them based on how good they can make the player be, not the other way around where, like, a super good player can elevate a hero to
Yeah,
a good level, but just individually the hero itself, how good can it make a player be?
got you.
So let me pull it up right here, share my screen. Freaking stupid progressive ads, dude. Okay, anyway. So let me see if I can zoom in here. Oh my gosh, it gets bigger. No, no Cincinnati's children. I'm sorry. Okay.
You might need an ad blocker.
It won't let me unless I'm like subscribed through this site.
That
So
is rough.
yeah, it is. Okay. Let me make sure you're loud enough so all the people can hear your voice.
My beautiful voice.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we have the first one here is Jim Toki. Where would you rank him? Pretend
That's
D,
an easy D.
easy D. So let's pretend the D is like a trash. Oh yeah, I can change that.
Yeah.
Trash. Yeah.
Can make more tiers if you want.
Do you need more tiers?
I don't think so.
Okay. C will be like mid. B
Yeah,
will
that's
be
fair.
like less mid. A will be good for comp. And then S will be best for comp. Okay, so there we go. So now the next one we have right here is Gazo. Where would you put Gazo?
I think Gazo, without the Evo, probably good for comp, but if we're counting Evos, definitely best for comp.
So
He just has 3 solid abilities, 2 of which have like really fast cooldowns.
okay. So where would you, if you had to finalize that, if some, like an average player was playing competitive,
An average player,
y-
probably good for comp.
good for comp. Okay, so we're putting in that A bracket. Okay. Yeah, because the point of this video is just kind of someone that's professional like you at this game to help educate the players to be better at this game. I'm
Yeah.
already retired at this game. I'm not playing comp again. I don't even have Ethernet plugged in given my living situation. So that's out the window. But anyway, uh, let's go to Kamiki.
Kamiki Kamiki's an interesting one. He has good abilities, but his cooldowns are just so long right now that it's not really worth using him. But he's still good enough to be. I think less mid is fair.
Less mid. Do you think the developers should buff him in any way?
No, I think he's one of the more balanced characters. I think it's more that characters like Gazo, Kilo, and Saito should be nerfed a bit.
Okay. Okay. So now let's go to Jiro because I'm actually intrigued by your response because when I look at the top 50 list, I see a good amount of Jiro players.
Yeah, there's a few Jiro players. He's definitely another well-balanced characters, but he has faster cooldowns. I think he goes in good for comp.
Would you put him ahead of Gazo or like behind them?
Definitely below Gazo. He's like
Okay.
in between Kamiki and Gazo.
Okay. Okay, so let's get to Senju.
Senshu. I hate and love Senshu. It's another case with Kamiki. The cooldowns are just way too long. But Senshu's abilities are also kind of underwhelming, especially his dashes. They're just not really useful in any situation. I think he
Where
just has to go in less mid.
less mid? Do you think he should get a buff?
Not definitely.
Okay. Now we get to the spicy ones right here. Where would you put
Yes.
Kilo?
Not even a question best for comp. Kilo just has Godspeed, which is one of the best abilities in the game. It has movement, it has an auto parry or deflect, whatever you want to call it, and it has a really fast cooldown. And everything in the kit is just so good. And now on top of that, you add Zap Deflect. It's just easily one of the best characters in the game, probably just second.
I was about to say, with that new like evolved ability, is it really good?
Yeah, it's really solid because Zap Freeze is easily Kilo's worst ability outside of 1v1s, but it comes
Okay.
in and makes it actually worth using.
Okay. Okay, where'd you put Lufus?
Lufus Lufus really depends on the player, but I think overall it's gotta be mid.
Mid. Oh, interesting. Cause yeah, I mean, I guess the mid to less mid's fine. I don't think I would put him in A or S. I just know
I think he
certain,
really depends on the player. I've seen
yeah,
good players be able to make him work, but I think for the average person, it's really just not good enough. Especially with like the more passive playstyle and the really, really slow cooldowns.
yeah. I I just like his one timing thing where you can like shoot the arm out when the ball like someone else hits
Oh
it.
yeah,
It's such a like a
extend arm. Yeah, that
yeah.
is such cheese.
Okay, and now I'm sure we're gonna get to the
The
special one,
famous.
the famous Fox Row.
He honestly deserves his own tier. I'm not gonna lie.
How do I do that? Do I just like
Probably the cog, yeah.
no? We'll just
Boxer
be
was just he's special, let's just say.
special. we we're gonna add him to the
He's a
special.
very special.
He's in the
The
special
clones
bracket.
just you can just hit yourself with the clones. The run is just a worse version of Godspeed. The tree is like a 50-50, you just hit yourself. And the Fox armor has like a 2-minute cooldown, so you can't get it more than once a game.
That is really
At least
unfortunate.
he's good for bosses though.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I don't know why they don't ever like. They don't really put a lot of time in buffing characters or nerfing characters. I guess they just don't want to tick off the community. But like, I feel like you could at least buff Foxrow. Like, why keep him like that?
Yeah, that's definitely something that's gonna be needed in the future.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna get to probably the most what a lot of people would say is the best.
Yeah, uncontested best. Easily number one champion.
You would say easily.
Yeah, easily.
That's
He just covers everything. If you want to play passive, if you want to play aggressive, if you want to just rush people, like it just doesn't matter. Kilo would probably be a closer contender for number one, but Invis being disabled in face off just holds him back from being
oh,
actual number one.
yeah.
Saito is just way too good. And even more now, he has definitely the best ability in the game, Aftershock. It's way too good. It's an instant dot in ranked.
Oh, okay. So it's just like it's super strong.
Yeah, it's just overall way too strong. Definitely one of the characters that needs a nerf.
I gotcha. Okay. I wonder if they'll do it. I feel like they won't do it because that just kind of like
I don't know, I don't know. There's a chance.
'cause they haven't done it since freaking. They haven't done. I don't even know when the last time they've done a nerf in general. So I don't
I
even
think the
know.
last time might have been Kamiki. That was a while ago though.
Yeah. Okay. So where would you put Mr. Toro Kai up in here?
Torokai. He actually kind of got nerfed in the Deathball 2.0 update.
Really?
Yeah, his ice shield was disabled in face off.
Oh.
So he's even worse than he used to be, having only three abilities, one of which is, I don't know, does fire and ice zone and is just not worth using. I've seen like two people be actually good at Torkai, but it's not really the character helping them. It's just Torkai there and the player's just carrying it. So I
I
think
got.
he might have to go in trash.
You would put him above Jimtoki?
Definitely above Jimtoki. Jimtoki's just he's just there.
Okay, so where would you put Kojo? Koju, whatever the frick.
Koju Koju's another one that got kind of changed with the Deathball 2.0. You can use his gun in face off. So it actually makes it surprisingly good in face off.
Oh, really? Oh, didn't it used to be you
Yeah.
couldn't do that?
No, it used to be disabled.
Yeah, it used to be
Also
just,
his
yeah.
wall got a I don't know if you could call it a buff. It's more of a rework. It used to be where your character is facing, now it's where your camera is looking, so you can send it up, down if you want now,
Oh,
which is
that's
a
interesting.
really good buff.
Yeah, to give that
I think,
versatility.
yeah, I think he's gonna go right above Isagi because of that.
Like right here. Right.
Yeah, right here in front of Isagi.
Okay. And then now we get to the three little DLC characters here, and I'm
The
really
three
curious
new characters.
curious to hear your opinions because I do not have any experience. Because you can see, I my screenshots level 1 and like level 5. I don't
Yeah.
play these characters.
I played Denjin a lot during the start of the season. I really like him personally, but I don't know. Let's see. We're just gonna start with Wu. Uh, Honestly, I think he's one of the better of the new characters. He's definitely a solid pick, especially with Arise, but I feel like that's just the only ability that really shines in his kit.
I got
Else is kind of underwhelming. Especially the Ruler's Hold, that ability is completely useless. It's so bad. Uh, I think he goes in good for comp, right under Jiro.
Okay, so he does scrape by, and
Yeah, he
that,
does barely scrape by above Kamiki simply because Arise is just an insane ability.
which is crazy because yeah, like one or two of his abilities just not that good, but that one Arise ability
Yeah.
just carries him that much.
Arise by itself, comboed with the first ability that does
Oh
times 2
yeah,
damage, is
yeah,
just lethal.
that is just wild. Like when I first, I'm like, that's a first ability you get. Is that like that's wild?
It's being held back by the fact that the times 2 just does not last. It stays maybe for like 3 seconds, which is good. It makes him balanced. But if it stayed any longer, I think it would just be way too strong.
Yeah. Okay. What about Denjin?
Dungeon. Uh, I mean, as I said, I used him a lot at the start of ranked because I didn't want to play Gazo, and I think he's really good. But you really need to like learn him, so I think he's gonna be behind Koju, I want to say. He's just not as easy to learn. You really need to manage your cooldowns, when to be aggressive, when to be passive. The overall kit is it's a double-edged knife, really. Especially with that fourth ability. If you didn't know, it just takes one of your HP
I
temporarily,
hate that,
so
dude.
yeah. If you're 2 HP, you just instantly die when you pop it, which is really interesting. This is like one of the most creative abilities in the whole game, I want to say.
Okay, so now we get to the final one here, Gloom. What's your thoughts on
Gloom.
Gloom?
Honestly, I haven't played Gloom much, but from what little I saw, I think she's in mid. The TP is like kind of cheese, but if you get hit by it once, you just kind of understand. It's really hard to get hit by it more than once in a game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the cooldowns are kind of long, especially on the last ability. It's just not worth using, in my opinion.
Okay. So we have our list right here. So anyone that's watching that wants to be just as good as Cuckoo up in here, seems like your best five would be Wu, Jiro, Gazu, Kilo, and Saito. Probably Saito, Kilo, and Gazo would probably be your
Yeah,
consistent main
Saito and
three.
Kilo are must.
Yeah, unless you're like what, like
Everything else
Akka.
is really just uh
Akka played Gazo and
nah.
did well.
That was back in the day though.
Uh,
Gazo is I think he's more mainstream.
I gotcha. So
Gazo
yeah.
Kilo Saito just overwhelming.
Okay. So yeah, there you guys have it. So anyone that's like more new over here, those are your options. You heard it from someone right here. I have him. Well, if we check this, he's like he bounces around from like 2 to 1 in the whole world right now. Are you gonna finish to get first, Sukuku?
I'll see. I'll see. I've been avoiding playing too much recently because I overdid it, played way too much for a bit. But I'll see. I'll try to go for number one by the end of the season.
Yeah, and your most used champion is Jiro. What the heck?
That's not true.
They need to update because I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, that needs a fix.
We got a woo
Not
up
really
in.
a priority though.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, there you guys have it. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, put them in the comment section. You guys heard it from one of the best. Arguably, he's on the Mount Rushmore of deathball competitive players. So, thank you for helping me here, Sakuku.
Of course, of course.
Anything you want to say to the audience before you head out?
I don't know. Subscribe to Charisma.
Oh, what a sweetie over here. Okay, hopefully I get some extra subs because of that.
Praying.
Okay, well, you guys have a good one and bye bye.